What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be teaching you how to edit difficult lash photos. I have used an example that was sent to me from Aislin Bijou. Shout out to you, girl. This is her work and this is her photo, but I'm going to be teaching you guys how to edit it today. So if you guys want to learn how I went from this to this, then just keep watching. And if you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. I make really great content for you guys on how you can improve your business, improve your social media platforms, and basically just how you can continue to grow in your lash journey and master your skill. Without further ado, let's just get right on into the tutorial. The first thing that you guys are gonna wanna do is you're gonna want to download Photoshop Express and Facetune. Those are the two apps that we're gonna be using for the purpose of this video today. So let's open up the one with the drooping lash. Okay, so here's my original. Now when you open up Photoshop Express, you're gonna see on the bottom all of these tools. So what you wanna hit is the one with the 3 lines. And then when you hit that, you can see that there's this little Band-Aid tool. Now when I click on that, that gives me my Blemish Tool, and you want to work with it in basic mode. Make sure you're in basic mode and not advanced. You can see here by scaling the dial back and forth, it changes your brush size. So what we're going to do is we're going to work with a small brush. We're going to zoom in as much as it's going to allow us, and then very lightly we're going to just start tapping on that lash that's in our way here. So what it's doing is, and you know what, we're gonna work with a smaller brush tool. So when you tap, sometimes you'll see it, it'll automatically start putting pieces of the image from different areas. So I'm gonna go back because I don't want that like that. And replacing it with a different part of the image. So yeah, so we just wanna just lightly tap, and that's going to remove it for us. Now, from this point, I would say this is good enough. I'll just go over a couple of the areas there where it's a brown. Oh, let's go back because we kind of got rid of that again. Okay, so now we're good. So from here, we've removed the drooping eyelash enough, and what I'm going to do now is just, if there's any acne marks or imperfections in the skin, I'll just go over and remove some of them quickly while we're still in Photoshop. And I think that's pretty much good enough for that. So let's save that. We're going to save that right now, and then we're actually going to open it back up in Facetune. So I'm going to click on the camera button and open photo, recent, most recent here. All right, so you can see where we have taken away that lash, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the whiten tool here. I'm going to whiten that area up a little bit. Get rid of some of that darkness. Let's zoom back out, see what we got. Zoom back in a little bit. You want to like make the rest of the white in the eye match just a little bit so it doesn't look too fake. All right, perfect. Let's hit save. Now we're going to go into the smoothing tool, and we are going to smooth that area out just a little bit. So I'm just lightly tapping, you guys, and I would say that's good enough. So we're going to hit save. Now, so this is where, so we've gotten rid of the drooping eyelash. What we're going to do now is take away some of the darker undertones in her skin. And the reason that we're going to do that first, I know most of us want, when we are working these apps, we want to just go right in and smooth the skin. And I'll show you what happens if we just go in and smooth the skin. So it's not that it looks bad, but it doesn't get rid of those tones, and sometimes when you've smoothed it out, it just kind of accentuates it. So I'm going to hit X on that because we don't want to do that. What you want to do before you go in and smooth the skin is actually scroll over to this tones tool right here, and we're going to zoom in, and the way that this tool works is it gives you the ability to change the undertones of the image. So I'll just show you guys. Right now I'm in the brush tool, and if I go with the color that they've given me in the palette, you can see that it's allowing me to just literally paint over the image and change the tone. So I'm gonna hit X. So let's go back into it and actually do it now. So what I wanna do is I'm gonna hit my picker tool, and I'm gonna go right beside where the darkest area of the under eye is. I'm gonna pick from a lighter area of skin right beside it and start to lighten it up. So I've hit my picker tool, I've clicked right beside where that dark under eye is. Now I'm gonna hit the tones button again, and I'm just gonna start lightly sweeping over that dark under eye. So now I'm gonna hit save because that's good enough. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back into tones, hit picker, and we're gonna select the area we just selected, and we're gonna go over. This is allowing us to work in a small section. Oh, you know what? Let's do that. Okay. I'm gonna hit tones. I'm gonna just pick a brighter palette area. I'm gonna pick a brighter color from the skin around it, and we're just gonna go in and work slowly and lighten that up again. This is just really getting rid of that dark under eye. So let's save that. I'm gonna go in here and just pick some of these darker tones. Pick lighter tones and just kind of get rid of it. So hopefully I'm explaining this good enough, but what you guys want to do is you want to make sure that you're picking tones from the image, tones from the skin that are in very close proximity to the area that you're trying to change the color of. Because, for example, if I pick a color of the skin on her forehead and I try to do it on her nose, it's not going to look right because the tones in the skin is different there. So you basically want to be working in the same vicinity so that everything's looking very realistic and nothing's looking too fake, too overdone, okay? So I'm gonna actually change the tone of her upper lip here just to get rid of some of that shadowing that we all get. So let's do, that's just gonna help for when we go to smooth out the skin. It's not gonna accentuate any dark areas there. All right, so I think that's pretty good. So from here, I'm just gonna go in now, and we're gonna go all the way over to smooth, and now we're ready to really smooth out the skin and make it nice. So I've just hit smooth, and I'm actually gonna focus on the areas with the most pores and bumps in the skin first. And then I'm just gonna buff by dragging my finger up. I'm up at the forehead right now. You don't want to go over the eyebrows or over the lash extensions, but one thing that you do want to do is you want to zoom in nice and close, and then just very lightly go over the area of skin above the eye as well. So I think that's probably good enough. So we'll hit save, and then we're gonna go into my favorite tool. This is the details tool. I zoom in nice and close, and then I just like to make the color of the eyes pop. This really makes the image pop. I'll show you guys when we zoom back out, see? Okay, so now we can hit save. Save to camera roll. If we really want to make the image look nice and sharp. Oh yeah, by the way guys, if I didn't tell you this, whenever you're editing an image, you want to make sure you're up at full brightness. So I should have been up at full brightness, but it's okay. For this example, it doesn't make too much of a difference, but you definitely want to be at full brightness when you're editing your photos. So let's go back into Photoshop Express. See, there's our original, and let's open up the one that we just did, and let's go into, where are we here? Let's go into light, and let's just bring those shadows down a little bit now. And maybe we can bring up the contrast just a little bit just to make it pop more. And I would say we are pretty much done with this photo. And then you could crop it in however you wanted. So let's see what we've got for a comparison here. So we started with this, and I just showed you guys how we ended up with a photo like that. So this is the one that I just did. But yeah, from that to that. So that is it for me today, guys. I really hope that you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comment section if this helped you out. Make sure to save the video and share it if you think it could help somebody else. Make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. My next video, I'm going to be teaching you how to edit stubborn acne on clients so that you can still use that beautiful lash photo that you took. And for today, that's it from me. So I'll see you guys in my next video.